The crop tool. The crop tool can be used on bitmap, vector, and text objects. If nothing is selected and the crop tool is dragged over an area, only elements within the cropping area will be preserved. Anything outside of this area will be deleted. To crop part of an object without affecting anything else on the page, select the object first. To rotate a cropping area, click inside it and drag the rotation handles. To crop, double-click inside the protected area, or click on Crop. The Knife tool. To split an object along a straight line, click the two-point line mode button on the property bar and drag across the object. To close the paths that result from splitting an object, activate the Auto Close on Cut mode. To split an object along a Bézier line, click the Bézier mode button on the property bar. Click where you want to place the first node, drag the control handle to where you want to position the next node, and click. Continue clicking to add additional straight segments to the line. To add a curved segment, point to where you want to place the node and drag to shape the curve. When cutting in freehand mode, you can also adjust the smoothness of the resulting cut. Here I have an adhesive poster that is going to be applied to the entrance doors of a health food store, and I need to create a gap where the two door frames will be. I'll select the two-point line mode, choose Gap from the cut span settings, and set the gap in this case to 5 mm, as my design is not at a 1:1 scale at the moment. After cutting, we now have a 5 mm gap centered along the cut line. For my next example, I have a graphic that I want to print for a split front jersey. I want some overlap in the center where the two sides of the jersey will button together. I'll stick with the same knife settings, but this time I'll choose overlap instead of gap. Keeping the Shift key pressed for a vertical line, I'll draw a two-point cut line down the center. I'll now use the Pick tool to select everything from one side of the graphic, and if I move it down, we can clearly see the overlap. Finally, when cutting outlines, we can choose to convert the outlines to curves after cutting, or keep them as outlines. By default, the application automatically chooses the option that best preserves outline appearance. Converting to objects after cutting will result in the outlines becoming vector objects, which can then be edited further with the Shape tool. Choosing the option Keep Outlines means that any line cap decorations, such as arrowheads, will be retained. The Eraser tool. To erase a whole area in a drawing, deselect all objects and drag over the area you want to remove. To erase part of a selected object, select and erase. Holding down the left mouse button, drag to erase a freehand path, or click on either side of the object to create a straight cut. To change the thickness of the nib, hold down Shift and drag up to increase or down to decrease the nib size. To toggle between a square nib and round nib, click the Eraser Shape button on the property bar. Erasing part of a text object will convert this from text to a curve. The Shape tool can also be used to change the shape of an image. Select the image with the Shape tool and add or remove nodes, and reshape the image. To To get the original image back, select the whole image with the Shape tool and press the Delete key. The Virtual Segment Delete tool. You can also delete line segments of objects that overlap each other using the Virtual Segment Delete tool. In the toolbox, click the Virtual Segment Delete tool. Move the pointer to the line segment you want to delete. The Virtual Segment Delete tool snaps upright when positioned properly. Click the line segment to remove. To fill the resulting spaces with color, use the Smart Fill tool to create new objects within the newly created boundaries. To delete multiple line segments at one time, drag a marquee to enclose or intersect all target segments. To delete a virtual line segment that intersects with a curve, or to delete multiple segments, hold down Alt and drag to draw a curve. Note that removing line segments from overlapping objects will result in open paths. To weld line segments, hold down Shift and click the two overlapping endpoints. You can also hold down Alt plus Shift and drag to marquee select the overlapping nodes.